And right now in the middle section of Mark, all 3 times that Jesus foretells his passion or teaches of his death are in that middle section of Mark. We're about to read the 3rd time Jesus teaches about that. They are bookend. So at the very beginning, we had the healing of a blind man, which we skipped over in the narrative lectionary, actually. But it is when it actually takes Jesus 2 times of healing him for it to work. The first time he heals his eyes, he says, "How is that? Can you see?" And he says, "Well, I can see people, but they look like trees." And so Jesus has to actually heal him again before he fully gains his sight. That man is unnamed. Here in this story at the very end, we'll close out this middle section with the story of the healing of Bartimaeus on the road. Mark in this section is really doing his heavy theology work, his heavy work about what he believes true of God, what he believes true of Jesus. This is the section where it over and over again says, the first will be last and the last will be first. This is the section over and over again where Jesus teaches about servant discipleship, about how important it is to serve one another, that to be a good leader is to serve others, that he came to serve others. It's over and over where he tries to get this message through his disciples' heads, but they seem to be blind. So I encourage you to hear these words with an open heart and open eyes. They were on the road going up to Jerusalem, and Jesus was walking ahead of them. They were amazed, and those who followed were afraid. He took the 12 aside again and began to tell them what was to happen to him, saying, "See, we are going up to Jerusalem, and the Son of Man will be handed over to the chief priests and the scribes, and they will condemn him to death, and they will hand him over to the Gentiles. They will mock him and spit upon him and flog him and kill him, and after 3 days he will rise again." James and John, the sons of Zebedee, came forward to him and said to him, "Teacher, we want you to do for us whatever we ask of you." And he said to them, "What is it you want me to do for you?" And they said to him, "Grant us to sit one at your right hand and one at your left in your glory." But Jesus said to them, "You do not know what you are asking. Are you able to drink the cup that I drink, or to be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with?" They replied, "We are able." Then Jesus said to them, "The cup that I drink, you will drink, and with the baptism with which I am baptized, you will be baptized. But to sit at my right hand or my left is not mine to grant, but it is for those for whom it has been prepared." When the 10 heard this, they became angry with James and John. So Jesus called them and said to them, "You know that among the Gentiles, those whom they recognize as their rulers lord it over them, and their great ones are tyrants over them. But it is not so among you. But whoever wishes to become great among you must be your servant. And whoever wishes to be first among you must be slave of all. For the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve, and to give his life a ransom for many." They came to Jericho, and as Jesus and his disciples and a large crowd were leaving Jericho, Bartimaeus, son of Timaeus, a blind beggar, was sitting by the roadside. When he heard that it was Jesus of Nazareth, he began to shout out and say, "Son of David, Jesus, have mercy on me." Many sternly ordered him to be quiet, but he cried out even more loudly, "Son of Jesus, Son of David, Jesus, have mercy on me." Jesus stood still and said, "Call him here." And they called the blind man, saying to him, "Take heart, get up, he is calling you." So throwing off his cloak, he sprang up and came to Jesus. Then Jesus said to him, "What do you want me to do for you?" The blind man said to him, "My teacher, let me see again." Jesus said to him, "Go, your faith has made you well." Immediately he regained his sight and followed Jesus on the way. The word of God for the people of God. Thanks be to God. So there are some people in this story that we hear a lot about. James and John, the sons of Zebedee, two of Jesus' disciples. And they are featured pretty regularly in stories. They're kind of part of that elite three. And here we have them very, I'm trying to think of a better word than the one in my mind. Gutsy. We'll use the word gutsy. That's not the word I want either. But bold. There we go. Yeah. Boldly saying to Jesus, "Give us whatever we want." Now, I just am shocked by that. This is your teacher. This is a man who you recognize as the Messiah. This is a man you have given up everything to follow. And you're saying, "Give me whatever I want." I struggle with that so much. I can't imagine saying that to someone. I can't imagine saying that to a teacher growing up. I can't imagine saying that to my parents. Now, as an adult, I still wouldn't say it to my parents. You're asking them to write you a blank check. And I just find that so selfish, so ridiculous. I mean, I so greatly judge James and John in this. And maybe you don't. Maybe you think their question is perfectly acceptable. No responses? No one thinks it's perfectly acceptable? No? No responses at all? We're all really tired today, aren't we? Looking at all of you. You're as tired as I am. So I listened to a podcast, and there's a Jewish rabbi who is one of the leaders of this podcast talking about this text. And she says, a couple of years ago, there was this YouTube challenge going around that my kids wanted me to participate in. It was the Can't Say No for 24-hour challenge. And so for 24 hours, no matter what they asked her, she had to say yes. Okay, see, that's what I'm getting at. Thank you all for having a reaction now. See, that's what the disciples are essentially doing with Jesus here. That's what James and John are essentially doing. Would you agree to that with your children? No, never, right? And would you think your children utterly ridiculous for even proposing it? Like, my response would be that, yeah, right, kid. Way to dream. Right? That is what the disciples are doing here. This outlandish, never going to happen thing. Give us whatever we want,